All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode today of the Leveling Up series. And today we're going to talk about learning effectively. What the mistakes that I see a lot of people do nowadays is they try and learn absolutely everything. Let me give you an example, right? They'll start by learning Java, and then maybe a natural progression might be to pick up learning a little bit of Spring Boot, right? And then after that, once they've completed that, they'll move on to Python, and then they'll move on to JavaScript, and then maybe they'll move on to Rust. And it's like this endless cycle of learning. And let me give you a reality check right now. You might have learned all of those things, right? But the 9 times out of 10, you probably will not be able to implement any of the things that you've learned, right? Because you're just spreading yourself out way too thin. So what you need to do right now, if you're watching this and you're in that situation, stop, all right? And let's just take a break for a second and reflect. And then I want you to just to make decision. One decision will be, what kind of job or career do you want, right? Do you want to be a Java engineer? Do you want to go full stack route? What is it that you're looking for, right? What do you want your career to look like? Even if you're in your career right now and you want to make a change or you want to move into something else, make that decision, right? Make a plan, concrete plan of what you want. And once you've done that, then you can decide on what tech skills that you need to learn or what stack. There's no point trying to learn everything, right? Sure, you might be interested in like maybe Rust, for example. Great, learn it, right? Don't keep like trying to learn every single language. It's of no use, right? It won't benefit you. Whereas like if you try and learn more about the language that you're actually working in right now, so for example in Java, start to learn more concepts and different ways of implementing. That's going to benefit you a lot more and make you a better developer. That the aim of the game always is to make the most money, right? That's it. And companies like people who show that level of expertise, you want to be that subject matter expert, right? And that's why you're being hired in the first place, right? So go deep rather than going wide and trying to learn everything else, right? Because you can't be a master of everything, right? You know what they say, right? Jack of all trades, master of none. That's not what you want to be. You need to be able to pick up different tools and languages if, a project requires. But that comes naturally with like, once you progress throughout your career, once you get good at problem solving, you're able to just pick things up really, really quickly. And that's honestly how the market is. If you want to get into tech, you're spending a vast majority of your time learning something new because there's always something new going on, right? That's a reality. But don't get bogged down trying to learn everything, thinking like, oh, if I learn all of these things, then companies will love me. No, they won't. Right? It doesn't make a difference. But just learn deeper into like the language that you're currently working on, and that's going to benefit you a lot more. So take heed of that advice. I know it's happened to a lot of people, and they'll say exactly the same thing. Just change your mindset and make sure that you plan. Just plan. And if you want to start learning something, you just break it down bit by bit, right? It can be a little bit overwhelming when you're starting something new and you see like, oh my God, like I'm going to learn all of this. Just do bit by bit by bit, and everything will fall into place after that. So yeah, hopefully that's beneficial. But yeah, this is really key advice because a lot of people make that mistake, and I don't want anyone else to make that mistake now. So yeah, hopefully that helps.